So the question is, in your relationship, if I've got this right, you have different paths. You're trying to build your business, but the connection you had with your partner was one about going outdoorsy and doing these cool activities, and you've had to make a sacrifice for that in your own life so you can focus on your business. I'm guessing that while you wouldn't want to deny that to your partner, you've also found that it's losing that connection you used to have.
Yeah, I mean, I actually find that we're losing a little bit of that connection, but it's like frustrating for him that I'm not doing those things as much. I'm super supportive of him going out and doing that. In fact, if he doesn't go often, you know, he needs the energy. So I'm like, go mountain biking. But yeah, so I think there's a few things that are like, how do I, one, explain kind of that my working on my business is out of this vision for the life that we have envisioned together, and also that it's okay for us to occasionally be doing separate things as long as we do have this like joint vision path, or at least is that?
I love what you're saying, and let's get into it a little bit, and I'll show you some of the language that you're using to describe it.
Okay.
And I think even as you're saying it, you're recognizing it. You're saying, obviously, it's okay for him to go and do it without you, and that it's okay to occasionally not do things together. And I suspect, and I don't know, but I suspect in saying that, it's probably not occasionally not doing things together, it's probably not doing things together.
Yeah, probably.
And those words that we use to describe things are always there to save ourselves. We always add words like, oh, we only occasionally miss it, but actually it's all the time, because we're trying to lessen the blow, because we realize how impactful and how damaging it is. I'm going to show you a different world that you're creating, one that you probably can't see because you're in it. You have a vision, a path for the future, and that vision is for you to work really hard right now, sacrifice what you love to get what you want in the future. Your partner's vision is one of, I have everything I want right now, and she's sitting opposite me, and she doesn't want me because she wants to work on a future. And that's what he sees. And I'm going to hit you with something that's pretty tough. My brother was the most important person in the world to me, my absolute most important person in the world. And my brother passed away sitting at home in front of the TV. He had 3 heart attacks, one after the other. If my brother had focused on building his future instead of living an incredible life, none of us would ever have got to see how wonderful he was. While focusing on the now, my brother still found time to grow a multi-million-dollar business, to raise his kids, and to do absolutely everything. And I want to give that back to you. And my goal here is to help you find the time to grow your business and do everything you want, but also give back to your partner what in his eyes you took away. Yeah. And I know, and I absolutely know, that to you, sacrificing the things you love feels like a pain that's worthwhile. But at the same time, you don't realize you're inflicting a pain on someone else by taking away what they've already got that they love. And the real danger here is by forcing them to go and get it on their own, you may be missing the fact that it might not be the task that they enjoy, it might not be the mountain biking they enjoy, it might be the mountain biking with you that they enjoy. And even though the mountain biking is a subtle, at least part of the reward, what happens if they find a new person to share that experience with and you push them that way? And that can happen. That can absolutely happen. And I'll share with you, in my relationship, I love doing really nerdy things. I like playing video games and playing board games and doing all that stuff. But the reason I like doing it is I like doing it with my partner. I actually don't like doing it without her. And if ever she says, hey, I don't really want to do that, it makes me not want to do it. And if she keeps saying that, that means I'll lose doing one of the things that I love doing. And my partner knows that, and so she says to me, hey, let's do this thing together that I know you love. And when she does that, it makes me doubly love my hobby that I enjoy, because I'm doing it with my best friend in the world. And there is a way that you can grow your business and give them back what they want. Absolutely. And the way to do this is just to put in your schedule a time for them. And you need to take that time away from your business as well, to get that focus and to truly grow it the way you want. We call it, in my business and the things I work, we call it sharpening the axe. And the story is there's a lumberjack, and every day he's cutting down trees, and he's so busy making his quota, he never pauses to sharpen his axe. And every day it gets harder and harder to cut down trees. And then eventually he cuts down less and less trees, and he has to work that much harder to be able to do it. Whereas if he just paused in between every couple of trees and sharpened the axe, there would be no decline in the output of the work that he could do. The benefits you'll get from spending time with your partner are an increased happiness at home, are calm, are a reduction in conflict, is a security in knowing your partner is there for you. And all you're sacrificing is gaining your love of doing outdoorsy things with your partner. When you weigh up that sacrifice, it's nothing.
Yeah.
And you'll find that even if you just said, hey, what do you think about Saturday mornings between 7 a.m. and midday, 5 hours, is for us to go and do outdoorsy things. We will go hiking, we will go swimming, we will go kayaking every Saturday between this time. And if I ever have to travel on a weekend, and if I ever can't make it, we have two solutions. You either come with me, and we will do the exact same thing in a different location at a different time. Every trip we go on will include some kind of outdoorsy activity in a completely different place. Or the day before or the day after, when I arrive, we will go and do the outdoorsy thing together. But here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to tell your partner that. I want you to do it.
Okay.
Because one of the worst things we can do in a relationship is state what we're going to do and fail. It's so much better to just start doing it. And then after about 3 months have passed, say to them, hey, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I need to tell it to you because I need to let you know this was a conscious choice. And I need to let you know that the reason I'm doing this is because I realized that I was hurting you. And this is what I was doing. And I wasn't just hurting you, I was hurting me. And so I really want to fix this. But by you doing that, you are going to dramatically change your relationship, which will fuel you to create that vision even more. Because the whole point of you doing it is to get that sample. And I hope in your life that you don't end up having what happened to my brother. But if tomorrow something happened, and heaven forbid something happened to one of you, it would instantly end the vision. And all of the effort you're putting into today would be for absolutely nothing. It's totally cool to work towards a future heaven. But you've got to make sure that you get a slice of it today so that you can appreciate it, enjoy it, and take away those moments. Just yesterday, I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and we went for a walk at dusk in the trees. And, she was like, oh, I really appreciate this. And she said, this must be horrible for you. I know you don't like doing that. And I said to her, no, hanging out with you and giving you what you want is the reward. That is the best thing. It doesn't matter that I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes and for the next 3 days I'm going to be scratching this nasty mosquito. It doesn't matter because you're smiling, you're happy, and part of our relationship is about you. And I'll get that back. I'll get it in other ways. You'll do something for me that I love. I know that. And that's what's so important in relationships. And so what's great about you is you and your partner truly love doing this thing together. So give it back. Give it back for you. Give it back to you. Give it back to him. Enjoy it. Now, answer me honestly. If you did this, what impact do you think that's going to have on your relationship?
I mean, I think it would be massive. I know how much closer and happier we are when we do spend that time together.
And if you are that much closer and happier to your partner, what impact is that going to have on your business?
I'm sure a ton. I think stress relief and everything else that goes along with it. And then just, I think when we're happy, he's that much more supportive of the growth of my business too.
I'm going to guess, and you haven't said this yet, but I'm going to guess you spend a lot of time apologizing for the work you do. Is that correct? I'm sorry, I've got to take this call.
Yeah. It's like, I think he hides it a lot, so I don't know that I apologize that much, but I think I feel it a lot.
Feel guilty?
Yeah.
All of that guilt, all of that apology is you doubting your own growth of the business, and it actually inhibits the growth. Because you know you need to make the extra phone call, but you don't want to because you're weighing up your partner's feelings. It's holding you back. If instead you gave him dedicated time that was for him, phones at home, by the way, no work during this period, you won't feel as guilty doing the extra mile that you need to on the days you need to.
Yeah.
So that way you're no longer pulling against yourself and you now have one clear vision.
Yeah.
And I would say to him, look, I would map out, I don't know if you've done your 5-year plan, I'd map out financial goals and I would say, when we achieve this much in revenue, I'm gonna add a second day. When we achieve this much in revenue, I'm gonna add a third day. And you will clearly see the path to you spending 7 days a week, 5 hours a day, doing the thing, the life that you want.
That's amazing.
Right, it's absolutely what you want. So map it out and give him the path. It will help him encourage you to do it.
Cool.
And that's the goal.
Amazing.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.